I want to quickly talk to you about business payroll software. And you really need to pay attention whether you have a startup, you have a micro business, a small business, even if you have a sole proprietorship. This topic will really help you move on to the next level. So, in today's conversation, I want to compare and contrast Gusto, ADP, QuickBooks, Square Payroll, and Paylocity. And of course, we're speaking about business payroll. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you are to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. What's the topic today? Why are we here? We are here today, folks, to speak about small business payroll software. And we have 5 players that I want to review and compare and contrast in today's show: Gusto, ADP, QuickBooks, Square Payroll, and Paylocity. It's very important if you have a small business, to pay attention to the payroll aspect of things. Again, I don't care if I don't care about the size of your business. You need to have small business payroll software. Otherwise, you might get in trouble at various levels. I'm not even talking about the IRS. I'm speaking about at the state level. There are some consequences. There are some payroll taxes you need to pay to your state before we even talk about the IRS. And if we move on from the fiscal arena to just the financial arena, you want to track how much you are paying to your employees. You want to track how much the whole payroll cost is, the payroll process is costing your business, right? So this is where software tools such as Gusto, ADP, QuickBooks, Square Payroll, and Paylocity are actually very helpful. To get good payroll software, there are a few things you need to pay attention to. You want to make sure whatever payroll software you choose at the end of today's conversation, you want to make sure that you have full tax support. You want to have excellent customer service. You want to have mobile apps. In other words, if you choose Gusto, make sure that you go with the Gusto app, because nowadays you want to have a version, not only a desktop version of the software, but also a mobile version. And a mobile version is just the app. You also want to pay attention to benefits administration options. You want to look at user friendliness, so ease of use for administrators and employees, very important. You want to pay attention to HR attendance add-ons. So those are features that are pretty critical in terms of administering your payroll function. And of course, you want to pay attention to cost, right? Affordability. Affordability is important. Like, the last thing you want is to choose a software tool that is not in sync with your business, but also costs a lot of money. So you don't want that. You also want to pay attention to integrations. What are the integrations that come with the software you choose? And pay attention also to data encryption, security, right? So when we speak about business payroll software, we're speaking about the private information of your employees, but also sensitive business data. So make sure that you have all those features in the software that you choose. I also want to mention the fact that before you choose a company, so today I'll be reviewing about 5 of them: Gusto, ADP, Square Payroll, Paylocity, and QuickBooks Online Payroll. You need to pay attention to, actually you need to ponder a few things. As a small business owner, how much tax support do you really need? Do you have a simple operation, or you have a more complex one? Are your employees in one state, or are they in multiple states? Do you have employees overseas? And what reports do you require to run your business? Not only in terms of payroll tracking, but also in terms of financial statements. Again, it all depends on the size of your business. And do you need hand-holding through onboarding, or can you manage things yourself? And are you just looking for a payroll program, or you want to get an all-in HCM solution? In other words, human capital management solution. aka Human Resource System, an HRS solution. You also want to pay attention to user friendliness. Do you care about interface? Do you care about ergonomics? Do you care about, do you want to have a visual walkthrough? Do you want to have a functional app? Because we've seen in our analysis that some entrepreneurs, they love to have everything on desktop, whereas others, they want to have everything on mobile. And in the middle, you have 50%, about 50% of folks who just want to have the hybrid. They want to have the flexibility that comes from having a software tool that is both available as an app and also as a desktop software tool. Okay, and do you want to have something that is cheap, or I would say you don't really care about the cost? What are the reviews about the company? What are the patterns of unresolved issues? So this is the constellation of issues that you need to pay attention to. Those are things you want to pay attention to in terms of how you want to have your business payroll software. Before we get into the actual rankings, please check out our evaluation here. We do have a strict method for reviewing, categorizing, and listing business payroll software and other business software tools on this show. Check this out. Okay, let's first start with Gusto. So when we speak about Gusto, I want you to think about the an all-in-one platform. All right, here is a platform that basically has everything you need. So it is easy to use. It has a modern interface. It has great tax support, transparent pricing, good customer support. We love the fact that they have built-in time tracking and HR, and they actually process payroll typically within 2 to 4 days, and they're valid in all 50 states. So those are the pros. What about the cons? You have limited reporting, so the dashboard for reporting is kind of limited. You also have a limited time tracking feature, and in terms of integrations, they really need to do a better job. In terms of the pricing, so Gusto offers 3 different pricing plans. So they have a free 30-day trial. We love that. And they have a basic beta plan. So they have the core, complete, and concierge plans, which run from $39 a month all the way to $149 a month. So we're showing this to you on the screen. You have the pricing on the screen here. The concierge package offers HR compliance assistant and an HR resource center, as well as the addition of a dedicated customer service representative. So it's all about your needs and the budget you have. What about the features? They have a lot of features that we love, and the features include unlimited payroll runs, automatic tax filing, direct deposit, garnishment, paid time off policies and time off request, reporting, customizable admin permissions, employee offers and onboarding, holiday pay, time tracking, employee directory and survey. You have custom employee handbook, HR and compliance support, HR resource center, and you have a dedicated customer support team. What I'm trying to say here is that when you think about Gusto, I want you to think about 3 things. You want to think about compliance. In other words, you want to report things according to the states where you operate in. You want to think about taxes. So make sure that you actually pay employer taxes not only at the state level, but also at the federal level. And security. So security in terms of the information of your employees. Okay, and when do you use Gusto? So Gusto, at the end of the day, is great for small and medium-sized businesses that don't have a full accounting department and are just looking for an easy, functional, customer-oriented program to run payroll. All right. The thing here is that in our analysis, Gusto is a little expensive. It is not really a cheap one, but it comes with all the right features that you need to get the job done. And if you need to have a bespoke plan, you want to have a dedicated customer rep, Gusto can actually fit the bill. Let me talk now about ADP. So ADP is kind of cool for payroll and accounting novices. So if your business is new or you as a business owner, you have no idea of accounting and payroll, you might go to ADP. ADP has been around for forever, forever, all right? And as a matter of fact, they're such a strong leader in the industry that research has shown that 1 in 6 employees in the United States receive a paycheck from ADP. Okay, and what are the pros and cons here? The pros is very easy to use. You can grow with the software can grow with your company because they have the scalability needed. So whether you're small, mid-size, or big business, they will work with you. They have advanced employee management. We love that feature. They have strong payroll features and they have great customer support. What about the cons? So they have added fees, no pricing disclosed online. And we tried that. It's very hard. It's very complicated to find the exact price with ADP. And they have numerous additional fees. So they have a lot of upsells here. And if you want to have a built-in HR platform, that's additional. So that's extra. And what about the pricing? So the pricing, what we were able to find online, and we actually reached out to ADP. We couldn't get more information about the pricing. I think they kind of think of the pricing as a competitive feature, something they have to protect. But what I can tell you is, this is what we're showing you on the screen here. You can see their pricing. So their pricing goes from the number of employees you have and the services you need. What about the features? So ADP is very easy to use. They are very good, hands down, very, very good to use. Easy to use, well organized. The interface is very intuitive. The setup process comes with guided support. So when it's time to enter employees and set up your payroll schedule, ADP wants to make sure you feel supported. So you will have an ADP rep who will walk you through a tutorial and provide links for access to your payroll. And Run ADP offers the following features. So you have payroll processing, direct deposit, tax filing, garnishment payments, electronic reporting, and time tracking. So what I want you to remember here is that, first of all, Run ADP and ADP are the same thing. It's just a service that's called Run ADP. They do have a long list of integrations, including popular options like QuickBooks, Wave, T-Sheets, Slack, Clover, and ZipRecruiter. And their legacy program is quick to develop workarounds for any needed assistance and integrations, and the ADP customer support team is top-notch, really top-notch. So you want to use ADP if you are a small business with a handful of employees and you don't have an HR or accounting team. The program is very easy to use. It's intuitive, it's solid. And again, ADP has been in the payroll business for such a long time. You know, you bet they have decades of experience and information to help businesses of any size work through difficulties. Okay, so it doesn't matter the size of your business. If you're looking for a solid service, go with ADP. One thing I want to say before closing here is that if you are a micro business with only 1 or 2 employees, you want to choose another service because ADP might be simply too expensive for basic payroll, and you don't want to spend that kind of money. So think otherwise. We have other players in today's show, so just listen on. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Story Kiwi Show. I'm still comparing and contrasting here Gusto, ADP, QuickBooks, Square Payroll, and Paylocity. So, number 3, I want to review quickly Square Payroll. Now, when you think about Square Payroll is the best payroll software for small businesses that already use Square products, as well as businesses looking for a bargain and that employ numerous contractors. So if you are in a kind of business where you have multiple contractors and you're looking for something cheap, go with Square Payroll. What are the pros here? The pros, it's very cheap, it's very easy to use, it's basic. Honestly, don't expect any advanced features with Square Payroll. It's very rudimentary here. You do have some good tax support. It's valid in all 50 states. They offer direct deposit. They have numerous integrations and they have a good mobile app. We all know that Square is a top-notch company in other industries, but when it comes to the payroll niche, I think we just, at least our team thinks that they just went for the simplistic, the basic, the most basic software tool. What about the cons of Square Payroll? So as I said earlier, rudimentary features, limited payroll functions, and limited benefits administration options. What about pricing here? With Square, there are no hidden fees or sneaky terms and conditions. So they have two different plans depending on your type of employee and payroll needs. So if your business is only paying contractors, you will pay a $5 a month fee per contractor on your payroll. If you pay both contractors and salaried or hourly employees, then the fee is $29 subscription and $5 per month per employee. So there are no contracts with Square, so you can cancel your plan at any time. So we love the flexibility that comes with a Square Payroll plan. What about the features? So when you actually join Square Payroll, you have access to all the basic payroll features, okay? Unlimited payroll processing, tax services, direct deposit, bank checks, check card, you have the cash card, employee self-service portal with mobile app, garnishments, time tracking, benefits administration, poster updates, HR supports, and they also support off-cycle payments. So this is pretty cool, all right? And the integrations are kind of interesting also. You have some of the popular integrations with Square Payroll. You have QuickBooks, T-Sheets, and ZipRecruiter. So Square, in our analysis, is best for small businesses that might already be using Square products, or businesses looking for simple and cheap payroll options. Okay, so if you have a more complex operation, if you have a more complex HR process, Square is definitely not the software tool that you need. Number 4, I want to review now Paylocity or Paylocity. I don't know. So this is a great tool. Paylocity is actually the best payroll system for mid-sized businesses that need software they can tailor and customize to suit their business needs. And even if you're a small business, or even if you are a micro business, but you have the same need for a software tool you can tailor and customize to suit your needs, then go for Paylocity. The software boasts a large feature set that works well for businesses that need both payroll as well as HR capabilities. Okay, so here, if you want, it's kind of similar to ADP. In other words, this is not a pure payroll play. You have, besides payroll, you have other stuff. What about the pros and cons here? The pros: Paylocity is customizable. They have a modern interface. We love that. They have, I think, a lot of integrations. It's very easy for employees. It's user friendly, and they have plentiful features. The cons: it is expensive. With Paylocity, you better be ready, because your budget is going to suffer. I mean, you do have a steep learning curve, and it's not really for the tech shy. If you're not into, if you have no neck for technology, then you don't want to choose Paylocity. No. What about pricing? So they do offer 3 different payroll tiers. So they have effortless payroll, efficient tech, and modern workplace. And the price varies by feature access, not by the number of employees. So there are no contracts, and you can cancel your plan at any time. Okay, so when we actually reached out to a Paylocity, we were quoted between $150 to $250 a month, plus $10 per month per employee, depending on the plan. For small businesses, Paylocity is a bit more expensive than its competitors. And one thing I also want to say here is that it depends on your human capital management system. It depends on whether or not you need such a system in the first place. It depends on your needs, your operational needs, the number of your workforce. What are some of the features you might find interesting at Paylocity? So you have unlimited payroll processing, tax services, direct deposit. You have new hire reporting, poster updates, QuickBooks integration, HR support, benefits essentials. You have unemployment management, web time, cloud-based time tracking. What I'm trying to say here is that with Paylocity, you do have the whole 9 yards. It is expensive, that's true, but they do cover the whole 9 yards. So if you're interested in having the whole gamut of HR elements, of HR processes for your business, you might want to consider seriously Paylocity. So Paylocity is not a simple program, folks. This was designed to appeal to HR directors and accountants, not necessarily the small business owner running a payroll for a few people on a monthly basis. So if you need simple and basic, then Paylocity is definitely not for you. Instead, this program is going to appeal to growing businesses that want a more streamlined HR and payroll system and that know enough about payroll and HR to communicate their program desires to the Paylocity team. It's not for payroll newbies, but it is a solid find for a small business with more advanced requirements. Let me talk to you now about Intuit QuickBooks Online Payroll. So we all know QuickBooks for for accounting, basic accounting, small business accounting, also pro accounting, tax, all that kind of stuff. But if you are an existing QuickBooks user, fantastic. You will love QuickBooks Online Payroll because it's the best payroll system for businesses that already use QuickBooks products that they want to easily integrate with the payroll solution. So Intuit has a reputation for regularly adapting and reworking its payroll features, which may appeal to businesses that anticipate rapidly scaling their growth and operations in the future. So what I'm trying to say here is that QuickBooks has been around for a while. This is an old standby. Everybody knows their products, or at least have heard of them. And if you want to go with something, I would say more familiar, then choose QuickBooks Online Payroll. What about the pros and cons here? The benefits. It's very easy to use. It is perfect for QuickBooks users. It is priced reasonably. The setup is very easy. You don't have to sign a long-term contract. It integrates very well with QuickBooks Online, the accounting facet of things, and you have a 24-hour direct deposit. What about the cons? It is actually confusing to navigate QuickBooks constellation of formats. I mean, they have so many products. You have to be you got to go through a lot of tutorials just to understand here. And one thing we didn't like also while researching the service is that QuickBooks as a company or as a service does have numerous public complaints, whether it is on Trustpilot or BBB. They do have complaints. Now, don't get me wrong, QuickBooks is a big company, and every big company comes with their number of complaints, right? It comes with the territory. But I just wanted to mention that they do have poor customer support, really. We reached out to them. They need to work on that. They really need to improve that, QuickBooks. And they also have non-transparent pricing. Speaking of pricing, what do we have here? We're showing you on the screen right now their pricing. And you have to understand that this is a pricing that is not really easy to understand. Again, the way it's there, it looks easy, but if you want to dig deeper and you want to understand, you want to ask QuickBooks to customize the pricing for you, it's not always an easy walk. Okay, so they do have the core package, the elite package. The one thing they do also have the premium package. So long story short, with QuickBooks, you better call them up. To have an idea of how much it will cost you, because what is on the website is not always the same thing they will quote you. And what about the features? They have a large constellation of features, from next day direct deposit to unlimited payrolls to expert support to workforce portal to garnishments and deductions. You have the whole 9 years. Okay, and as the prices scale, the features improve and become curated for your business. At the upper tiers, Intuit offers the white glove treatment to onboarding and sends you a dedicated HR representative to work with your company. Of course, that costs money. So, right, and in terms of integrations, they are actually expanding their integrations on a weekly basis. So they are known for giving access to over 400 apps, and the Intuit online program has many you might be familiar with, such as T-Sheets, Expensify, Shopify, and Chaser. Okay, so this is a pretty good tool. So folks, this is it for today's conversation. So which one should you choose? At the end of the day, this is the $1 million question, right? It depends. It really depends upon your small business needs, your workforce, the scalability, appeal of your workforce. In other words, are you thinking about growing the next, say, 3 months, 6 months? What level of sophistication do you want in terms of HR software tools? That's an important question. So with Gusto is really the best overall payroll system for small businesses in our view. ADP is kind of cool if you have if the business has little or no payroll experience. And Square Payroll, with its simplistic, rudimentary features, is kind of cool for companies that need basic, easy to use service. Okay, and in terms of if you want to tailor features to your business requirements, and you do have a little knack for technology, for coding, not coding, but for technology, then go with Paylocity. This is the best payroll system to tailor features to business requirements in our view. And for QuickBooks Online Payroll, if you already use QuickBooks, then you can go with Intuit Online Payroll, definitely. So our scores here. Gusto, we have assigned 10 over 10. ADP Payroll, 9.5 over 10. QuickBooks Online Payroll, 9 over 10. Square Payroll, 8 over 10. And Paylocity, 8 over 10. Thank you so much, folks, for your attention. I really appreciate it. I will speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.